Man, yo, I love being alone. I love living by myself. I love being lonely. Like, you don't have to worry about nobody and no one backstabbing you, man. No one hurting you. Time out, bro. This man needs help. Shit, that's me, bro. I need help, bro. This lonely shit is not for the weak, bro. This shit, oh my lord, bro. I am going senile. I am going crazy. Being alone fucking sucks, man. I know God gives his toughest battles to his toughest soldiers, but I am not your toughest soldier. Look, at the end of the day, being lonely can somewhat be a positive, somewhat be a negative. To be completely honest with you, me personally, I like to enjoy the fruit of my labor, and I honestly think being lonely kind of rocks, even though I need some type of affection here and there every once in a while. So, let's talk about it. Loneliness is something that I'm dealing with, something that you at home watching this video is probably dealing with, something that shit probably most of the planet is dealing with. Whether people feel alone, whether they can't get anyone to date them, so they are alone because they just can't get another significant other to go on at least a first date with them, or with the very least, they can't even have anyone to have sex with, which I fall into each of those three categories. It is what it is. But nonetheless, man, people out there, and you probably watching at home, or else you wouldn't be watching a video about me talking about my experience of loneliness, are feeling alone. And I'm not talking about why people are alone or why the people in general is feeling alone. And I mean, you could trace it back to social media and like, not even social media, just COVID, the pandemic really hurted us too. But I want to talk about why I'm alone, or I shouldn't say I'm alone, because I have friends, right? And I have family members that I see once a month. I have a mom and dad and a brother that I see at least once every other week. Nonetheless, I still feel lonely. And I'm gonna explain why I have the feeling of loneliness, and also dive into how can I fix that. So let's start the video of why. The reason why I do feel lonely in this world, even though I'm really not alone and I have people I can call and text and is simply because childhood trauma. It's bottom line, simple as that. As a young kid, I used to be charismatic. I used to be out there and just more free spirit and open-minded. But then life happened. I moved to a different neighborhood where I was originally from, and I got bullied a lot for the way I acted and the way I would talk to people, and people viewed me as annoying and viewed me as a nuisance. And just years went on, I just tended to be more reserved and just to myself. And it's crazy because my dad will always tell me that, like, don't trust people and these people ain't your friends at the end of the day. And I never would believe him at like 10 years old, because I would love to give people the benefit of doubt. I was very trusting. I was very gullible with shit. I'm gullible still to this day, right? But I was not as gullible as I once was. So from betrayal from so-called friends to even family members, where there was a point of time where I did not see my dad's side of the family for quite a long time because of the betrayal from them towards my dad. And I feel like all that experience leads up today and leads up to me just not being that type of person who, like, where you know what I mean, to be the type of person where I'm gonna reach out to family members, I'm gonna reach out to friends and talk to them and hit them up and share memes with them. Like, if I'm not in a group chat type of setting with friends, nine times out of 10, you're not receiving a single text or a single call from me. And that's just who I am as a person. You might get a happy birthday, maybe a Merry Christmas here and there, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy New Year. But other than that, bro, I'm not hitting you up. Now, you can hit me up and I'll respond. If you text me, you call me, whenever, I'm picking up. Unless I'm really busy, I'm picking up, I'm responding back. As the years go by, and the experiences I went through, you know what I mean, I developed like social anxiety and also dealing with like PTSD of just other random shit that happened in my life, I just became more reserved and to myself and alone and feeling lonely, even though I know so many people. To be honest with you guys, if it wasn't for Xbox, if it wasn't for online gaming, I don't think I would be friends with anybody, bro. I would probably literally had zeros of friends because when I was a little bit older, when I was, you know what I mean, like 13, 14, I transferred high school. So I went from a public high school to a private school. And even after private school, I went away to college. So I kind of lost in contact with some people. And it's crazy because I have social media, playing through Xbox, playing online gaming, just on the internet too, is the reason why I have the friends that I have today. They're assholes, especially my hometown friends. The reason why I don't even talk to my hometown friends like that in the first place. Because they, you know what I mean, they're dickheads. You know what I mean? I could be a dickhead and an asshole too, but they're, you know what I mean, this video is not about friends, it's a video about fucking being lonely. But nonetheless, right? I think I would be 100% lonely, or not 100% because I still have my family at the end of the day. I think me being lonely, and I probably would sit here today and be like, yo, bro, I hate this feeling if I didn't have people that I was in a group chat with, or if I, you know what I mean, every time I was like, yo, let's play a game of COD, or let's, you know what I mean, let's play 2K together. You know what I mean? There'll at least be one friend online for me to play. Now that I gave y'all that ring around the rosy, blabbing my mouth off explanation of why I'm lonely, I think it's a time to like dive deep of how not to be lonely. If you're looking on a solution of how not to be lonely, I got news for you. At the end of the day, I can give you advice, I can give you tips and tools, I can give you the NED, the Classified School Survival Guide of how not to be lonely and how to socialize with other people. But at the end of the day, it starts with you. Is this something that you really want to do? If you really don't want to socialize with people, and you want to be alone forever, and you just feel like, all right, being alone, whether at this moment or for the rest of my life, is beneficial for me, cool. Click off the video. Don't, you know what I mean, stop watching this video. But if not, that's cool too, man. You want to improve on your life, you want to be more socialized, you want to find your niche group of people, you want to make better connections, you want to be friends with others, then continue. Now, me personally, right, I started going out and started, you know what I mean, and I shouldn't say being this social butterfly, no, but I took baby steps to get where I'm at, to the point where I'm at today. Even though the whole COVID restriction and the pandemic kind of sidelined me a little bit, as I can say, but I felt like just right before the pandemic, I started feeling more comfortable by myself and doing things by myself and going out to, like, let's say for instance, a concert by myself, going to the movies by myself, doing certain activities by myself, not caring what other people, you know what I mean? I would literally go to the bars and go to dinner by myself, out to a restaurant by myself, without friends or family, man. Like, I started feeling more comfortable by myself, more aware for myself, just loving myself more. And I feel like that's the huge main reason why people still feel lonely in this world, because I feel like people don't love themselves. And I feel like you gotta make a connection, you got to, you know what I mean, somewhat court yourself. I'm not saying marry yourself, because I feel like that shit's corny. You marry yourself, bro, like, come on, bro. You 45 and you got like 9 cats, bro. Like, stop it, bro. But nonetheless, right, I feel like there's some type of activities where I feel like you need to experience alone. Like, there's certain shit I love doing by myself. Now, if you want a video about that, you know, write in the comment section below. But I feel like when I went to the movies by myself, because I used to ask my friends or my family members, like, hey, can you go to the movies with me? Like let's catch a movie. Like, I was always pressed about doing something with someone else because I never felt comfortable. Like, there would be a movie that came out that weekend, like, let's say for instance a new Marvel movie, which I love Marvel. And I remember back in the days, I was like, yo, like, I would try to bring one of my friends to see one of them new Marvel movies, even though that dude is never interested in seeing that Marvel movie. That man don't even like Marvel, bro. This man's a DC fan. He don't even like Marvel. but I always try to drag him, and it just felt like I was just, you know what I mean, being a nuisance and being annoying, and he was just coming along just because he's like, all right, fuck it, I like you, and you know, you cool, you're my friend and all, but I don't. Like, I hate spending my money on a movie that's gonna be like redundant or just boring. So, you know what I mean, I just start taking that baby step towards of just going and watching the movies by myself. But I genuinely feel like you just have to start just, you know what I mean, pushing yourself and just start doing stuff. And maybe you will find your right crowd. Like, you know what I mean, there's times where I went to concerts by myself and it was scary, but like at the same time, bro, like I met amazing people. Shit, I went to the West Coast, right, by myself for Camp Flogna, and I met I had one of the best times I ever had in my life. Now, mind you, I don't talk to these people, right? I really don't talk to the people that I've connected. But that weekend with those people, bro, I would never forget, man. Shout out to my loners crew from Camp Flogna from 2018, bro. I would never forget y'all in a million years. And yeah, I don't talk to them on a regular day basis. Shit, the last time I talked to them was probably back in like 2021, right? But nonetheless, right, if you don't want to have that feeling and that urge of loneliness, you just got to make the steps, right? And I'm not saying do what I did and go to Camp Flogna, you know, go to California, right, and go to a festival by yourself and meet new people. But just like find like your third place. You know what I mean? It's crazy because I've been seeing research of people like whether it's Philip DeFranco or reading news articles about just having a hard time finding that third place, finding that what's gonna be the place where, like, whether, you know what I mean, it's not work and it's not home. What's that third place? And I've been trying to find that too recently, and I think I kind of found it, whether it's the gym or whether it's, you know what I mean, going to my favorite record shop, and they have an event there like once a month where like you talk about vinyl records and you bring your favorite vinyl record or like the topic they're talking about. Like, so this month is Women's Month, right? So they told me to bring what's your favorite album that you have on vinyl from a female artist, and I brought Aaliyah because I love Aaliyah, bro, and I have both of her studio albums on vinyl. So I brought my favorite Aaliyah album on vinyl to the record club, to the record shop, and I talked about that vinyl album. And like, even though I was at that event and I barely talked, the only time I talked was about my favorite album from Aaliyah and how she impacted the music industry and how her recognition in the music industry goes so underrated because of her untimely death, because of how her record label kind of shelved her until just recently putting her stuff on streaming services. That was the only time I talked, but a right step in the right direction. Baby steps. That's all you gotta do, man. You don't even have to take a full step forward. You just take a half step forward, and you're at least doing something that's bettering yourself. You know what I mean? Bettering not being lonely or not feeling that urge of loneliness. Look, at the end of the day, man, me personally, I enjoy my personal time. Like, I enjoy my alone time, being by myself in my apartment, just talking to myself, being crazy, running around, like literally having arguing with myself, bro. Like, I enjoy those times. But at the same time, I would like to interact with other people and not feel that loneliness from time to time. Because I could definitely be better about like stepping out my comfort zone and doing stuff a little bit more, instead of just, you know what I mean, making a plan of going out and interacting with like my friends in like a public matter. Like, I can go out and interact by myself with other people. Like, I've done it before, but it'd be like those days, like a Friday or even the weekend. Like, you just had a long week from work and you just go home and you just don't feel like doing nothing. And even though you schedule something to do something, like, all right, I'm gonna go to a bar by myself. All right, I'm gonna go to this event by myself and try to socialize and mingle with other people. You wake up on a Saturday, you come home from Friday after work, and you just sit on your couch watching Netflix or playing video games, bro, at the end of the day. And even if, and I also feel like even if I do step out my comfort zone and I do go out to an event or I go to a bar by myself, like, you know what I mean, I come across a person, you know what I mean, and we end up striking a conversation. And like 5 minutes go by, and I already hit this man with like a mad, just 5 wow, that's crazies. This man is telling me about his whole damn life. This man just met me, being vulnerable as hell to me, and I'm just sitting here just like, yo, bro, that's crazy. Wow, I never knew that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm not being an asshole. I'm not being a dickhead when I respond with those responses. But it's just like, I have social anxiety, and it's just like, when I when I come across new people, I get like anxious and nervous. So that's all I can respond to. And I feel like I need to get more comfortable talking to just random people and having more to say or more to respond to their story. Cause trust me, I you know what I mean, 9 times out of 10, especially if it's someone interesting, I am listening and I'm taking in all information. But it's just, the first thing that comes to my mind is just, wow, that's crazy, or bro, I never knew that. And me as a person, whatever the first thought that comes to my mind, I'm just saying it. You understand? Like, I don't even think it. I just say it before even thinking sometimes, and that's bad. That's kind of bad. I definitely gotta work on that. But nonetheless, man, like, I want to be better. I want to be better with my conversation skills, man. I definitely want to be better as a public speaker. Like, I can speak in public, but I kind of get nervous too when I speak in public, especially when like 30, 40 eyeballs just staring down on me while I'm reading something out loud. Like, you understand? So I'm just trying to work and do better. But at the same time, I do personally be loving my alone time. I just I like to do things alone, man. Like, I like to work out alone. I like to go on jogs alone. I like to beat my meat alone. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want another man watching me beat my meat. That dude's a cuck and I'm gay. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, like, at the end of the day, man, I do need to step out my comfort zone. Like, I haven't been on a date with a woman in a minute. Like, I'm looking for a summer fling, looking for some summer loving. Tell me more, did she put up a fight? You know what I mean? Type shit, you know what I mean? Some future love and boom, boom love sounds. You understand? Give me just the summer love with you. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna try to just be better at not feeling lonely, because even though we born alone and even though we're gonna die alone, I feel like no one in this world is truly meant to be alone for the duration of their life or career, which is your life. I don't know why I say career. I've been playing too much 2K. All right, I'm going. I'm ending this video. Goodbye.